Welcome, Fortune Fastlane members! In this motivational video, we will be sharing 10 ways for you to 10 times, and in some cases, even 100 times your bank account starting today. Sit back, relax, and take note because this is the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. So if you aspire to become the next billionaire, tune in and subscribe to be a part of the community. Disclaimer: none of these strategies or tips will work if you don't take action. The biggest mistake that you can make is to listen to this video and decide that there is no way that you could implement all 10 techniques. So don't try to master all 10 right away. Instead, just start with one. Pick the one that resonates with you, or the one that is the easiest for you to apply right after you are done watching this video. Start with one and only one. As you gain more confidence, you will start to add more. For those of you who stick around until the end, we've included 2 super special bonus tips. Now that we have gotten the housekeeping out of the way, let's get started. Here are the 10 ways for you to 10 times your bank account starting today. Number 1. Develop new skills. The more valuable you become, the more you earn. What new skills have you developed in the last 6 months? If the answer to that question is none, then that might be one strong reason that the money in your bank account hasn't increased. In this day and age, there is an unlimited supply of free online courses, master classes, webinars, books, and online publications that can teach you almost anything. You have to take the initiative and enroll or purchase these courses or content. Instead of listening to your favorite radio station in the morning, listen to an audiobook on Audible or a podcast in a field that you're interested in. Instead of watching Netflix during your lunch hour, spend that half hour watching a masterclass or a pre-recorded webinar. You have to be willing to make the time. If you want to be a millionaire, you need to impact 1 million people. If you want to be a billionaire, guess what? You need to impact 1 billion people. How many people are you impacting right now? More skills usually means more impact. Number 2, make money first. Save money second. To a greater extent, this holds true during the formative years of your life. Rather than preserving money when you don't have much, you should reinvest it in whatever you can test, attempt, or construct in order to generate additional revenue. As soon as you're excellent at making money, you'll have access to a whole new universe. Let's compare this strategy to sports. In sports, scoring points is when you are on the offense. Think of making money as the same thing as being on the offense. It is true that in any sport, you are going to have to learn how to play defense, but it is impossible to score without having an offensive attack. So how do you make more money? You develop more skills. Number 3. Passive income is 10 times more valuable than earned income. Most beginning investors focus on what is known as ROI, while more experienced investors focus on ROT, which is return on time. Passive income of $100,000 per year is more valuable than a salary of $300,000 per year. Why is that? Passive income is income you don't have to work for. Some people call this mailbox money, but these days with direct deposits, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, it may as well be called email money. What types of passive income streams could you establish? We would do a whole training video on all the different types of passive income streams that you could develop, but here are just a few. You could create a course, write an ebook, own a rental property, do affiliate marketing, earn dividends from stocks. Those are but a few methods that you could implement to make passive income that you generate month after month, year after year, even though you may have only done the work one time. Number 4, invest and reinvest most of your income. The quality of your life should not be improved until your assets have matured. Don't use your income to buy liabilities. Use your income to produce assets that will produce additional income. Now, you might be asking yourself, aren't I going to incur more debt in the process? Yes. And remember, there is good debt and there is bad debt. A luxury car payment is bad debt, while investing money on a course or an advertising campaign is good debt. It is very tempting to take your hard-earned profits and splurge, but discipline yourself and reinvest your profits so that you can compound your income. Number 5. Build a money machine. Have you ever heard of the term cash cow? If not, it is a reference to an asset like a business, a stock, a property, or essentially anything that makes you money. A lot of money. Think of it as a money-making machine. Make it a goal to develop some type of asset or portfolio of assets that become your money-making machine or machines. People who are wealthy don't work hard to get material goods. They don't need a job to pay for one of their luxuries. There will come a moment in your life as your wealth increases where you will pass what many refer to as the Great Barrier. This wall, if you will, is the point after which the you will never broke again. The point in which you've changed your family's history tree. You're broken the curse. In order to so this, you have built your money-making machine. You can do this by following the principles shared in this video, starting with just one. Number 6. Invest only in what you understand. Truth is said, when people don't know what they're doing, they end up losing money. Do what you love if you're an artist. If you have a strong interest in farming, you may want to consider purchasing a farm and using it in your leisure time. Find a way to make money off of what you're passionate about. The most common error individuals make is to spend money on things they don't understand. As a result, you wind up borrowing money against your home to purchase Bitcoin for $20,000. This doesn't mean you can't study and learn more about a specific area of interest. You can. In fact, every few years, many entrepreneurs are forced to reinvest themselves as new technologies emerge and disrupt industries. Just be sure that you understand exactly what you're investing your time and money into. Number 7. You can only control the time you put in. The 24 hours of the day are the same for everyone. Everybody isn't spending their money in the same manner. You are the sole arbiter of your own time. For the next hour, you can choose whatever you want to grow or watch paint dry. People who are more successful use their time wisely, while those who are less successful try to justify their lack of effort. It's a lot easier to grow and succeed if you put in 90 or 100 hours a week than it is to put in 30. There will be no way for them to catch up with you in a few years. Stop trying to figure things out. In life, there are ways to save time. To make this dream come true, you'll need a certain amount of time. No one else can put in the hours that you can. When the future is sacrificed for the sake of the present, be wary, because the present will pass quickly and the future will come. Number 8. Always negotiate in business. Not because you're cheap, but because you want to get the most value of your money, which you likely earned via hard work. You should bargain on everything business related. Keep in mind that money is only a unit of measurement. The more in demand your work becomes, the more you recognize money as a tool used to propel your interests forward. This tool can also manipulate reality. When others are saying that something has never been done in an effort to discourage your efforts, you can use the same Jedi mind tricks that leaders like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, or Oprah Winfrey used and still use when pushing their visions forward. Disclaimer: there are certain things like your faith, your health, your time, and your family that you should remain sacred and non-negotiable. This is important to keep balance in your life. Number 9. Stop trying to impress people. Not including this in our list would be a disservice to you. You don't have to keep up appearances if you don't have the money. Stop trying to impress people whose opinion of you doesn't matter. Or worse yet, people who aren't paying attention to you. Stop wasting your time and money. Most people spend their time in their own heads focused on their own personal challenges and insecurities. As cold as it sounds, people aren't thinking or talking about you as much as you think. Not because you aren't interesting, but because they're too busy dealing with their own personal struggles. You're the same way. Accepting this can be very freeing. Once you remove the shackles of trying to maintain status quo, you will do amazing things. Number 10. Use other people's money to build wealth. You can only accomplish so much with your own resources. To generate true wealth, it will take time, and the returns are never as fast nor as great as you'd like them to be. To speed up the process and see greater returns, you will have to master the art of leveraging other people's money. The rich and extremely wealthy do this every day. Banks exist for this same reason. Your money goes into the bank, and the bank provides it to someone who can earn more money with other people's money than you could have ever done on your own. If you own a home, then you have already practiced this principle. For example, you have $30,000 worth of cash that you'd like to use as a down payment. You then get $70,000 more from the bank, which is probably owned by other people, but insured by the bank. You purchase a $100,000 home and now owe the bank $500 a month to finance the 30-year mortgage. You technically used other people's money. Let's say you decide to rent the property out for $700. Now you've got good debt, tax deductions, a net profit of $200 every month, and you didn't have to invest the entire $100,000 to begin with. As a result, you have a renter who is now paying for your home in addition to covering your bills and mortgage. On average, property values rise by a factor of 10 per decade. If the property is paid in full in 20 years, your $30,000 will be worth $600,000, which, my friend, is how the super wealthy grow rich using the money of others. Other people's money isn't only used for real estate. It can be used in a wide variety of financing, and over the years, it hasn't gotten more and more creative. Recently, we learned of a mortgage company that is allowing people to leverage their crypto without having to sell it in exchange for a home mortgage. Anything is possible. Thank you for sticking around, and as promised, we've included 2 more bonus tips. And while it may seem that these tips are common sense, they aren't always common practice, yet they are super important. Number 11. Develop evergreen skills. Technology is always evolving. The way we do business today is not how we did business 10 years ago. The way we will do business 10 years from now will not be how we do business today. Much of this has to do with technological advances that allow us to communicate with one another. And fortunately for you, there are certain skill sets that are considered evergreen and will forever be used. The art of selling will never go out of style. If you have sales skills, you will never be in short demand, and as an entrepreneur, you will always be able to promote your product. If raising money is part of your entrepreneurial journey, you will regularly be pitching your dream. If you have spent your life avoiding sales, you've done yourself a disservice. Start by taking classes on public speaking, communication, or join a group like Toastmasters. There are actually many more evergreen skills to consider, and each would require its own video. These include, but not limited to, copywriting, content creation, search engine optimization, coding, and app and website design. Number 12. There is no perfect time to start. Have you ever seen the movie Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio? In that film, the characters had the ability to create their own world. They became architects of their own minds. Whether you believe it or not, you can do the exact same thing. Here's the catch. The timing will never be right. Your finances will never be in order. Your education will never be complete. You might be too old or you might be too young. You might not be ready for a relationship, or your relationship wouldn't handle the struggle of entrepreneurship. What's our point? The timing is never right. Fate rarely calls upon us at a moment of our choosing. If you're waiting for the perfect situation or perfect environment in which to get started, you will never get started, and neither would have any of the greats before us. We did it. We made it through the entire list. You should congratulate yourself. Remember, pick one strategy right now and start to implement it today. If this video helped you in any way, we'd love to hear about it in the comments. This way, we'd know that we succeeded in our goal. For more videos like this, subscribe and be a part of the Fortune Fastlane community.